Hello, I'm Callie, and I'm here with Nikki, who founded Sisters in Style. I'm excited to chat with you.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me about yourself. Where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in New York, then moved to Maryland for school. From there, I went to Gallaudet University for 4 years and majored in criminology. Yes, that was my major. When I finished, I met my husband, got married, and worked for the FBI for 3 years. Then had a daughter who was born deaf, and I decided to leave the FBI. We moved to Maryland for my daughter to go to school, and now we have 2 children, Adriana and Brett. Then we moved to Indiana and settled here.
How long has it been since starting Sisters in Style?
I tend to follow my son's age, and he's now 5. So that means it's been 4 years, 2 years with Agnes and Dora doing direct sales. Then I transitioned to be on my own with Sisters in Style for the past 2 years. 2 years for each of those.
Did you start the business on your own?
Yes, when I started, I was on my own, but I pulled in my sister, Amelia. She joined me and we worked together doing direct sales until I decided to go on my own with Sisters in Style and stop doing direct sales. My sister decided to go off on her own as well. I went ahead and the business grew, and then my sister came back to help with some specific roles in the business.
Yes, you mentioned you started with Agnes and Dora. I'm curious, why did you leave Agnes and Dora to start Sisters in Style? Why did you make the switch?
Because Agnes and Dora was limiting what I could do. For example, I couldn't set up a storefront and do whatever I wanted, like picking specific clothing. I had to follow their guidelines, sell what they wanted, and if they sold out of an item, I was stuck. Whereas owning my own business, I can go ahead and design my own clothes, pick out items, and do more. And I own it, deaf owned, which is cool. Direct sales was all hearing people, and I had to follow their guidelines, whereas now I own the company and I'm proud of it.
I can see why you're skilled selling clothes, because your experience with Agnes and Dora instilled that in you. I'm wondering more about your business. You started with an online store, then a storefront, and now an app. Wow, I'm curious about your journey throughout. Would you mind sharing?
Yeah, sure.
It's amazing.
Really, online, I'm heavily focused on Facebook, Facebook Live, selling clothing online. I did that for a year, and then I saw an opportunity in Maryland with available space. So I thought, why not go ahead and set it up? I put my sister as the manager of the store, as my sister lived there at the time. So the storefront was the second year. Then we kept growing, and I saw that Facebook clothing sales were growing. And today, more and more people are buying clothing online. I even find myself doing that as well, and I'm sure you're doing the same, right?
Yes.
Then COVID-19 happened. More people are staying home and searching for personal connections now. I felt the same and understood the desire for more connections too. So, with that in mind, I set up an app. I did this because Facebook is a third-party tool, meaning if they shut down, I would lose my customers. With the app, I own it. So, as they download it, I have more control with the app. It was expensive, but was worth the investment. It helped us grow fast. Facebook, with how their algorithms work, sometimes you see something, sometimes you don't. Do you trust it or not? I'd rather be on my own. So those are the 3 areas: online, storefront, which is growing a lot now. It's becoming a mecca, like a deaf center. And people come and touch it, and it's nice to have their support there, and the app. So those 3.
Your journey with setting up your business. I know many people look and know that starting a business is so tough. You make it look so easy. I'm
I
curious,
wish it
what
was
is your
easy.
strategy
No,
and your
it's
secret?
tough, but you must accept it and take risks. For example, sometimes you make it work and sometimes you fail, so you adjust. You must be persistent. You cannot just give up or it'll fold. You will grow and develop. And another thing that has been there for me is my husband's support. He will tell me to go ahead and take the risks, get more clothes, and to push ahead. It's been nice to have his support. That pushes me to continue taking risks. I listen to a lot of podcasts, read books. There is so much more access out there now with Google Chrome captioning, unlike things in the past. You can read the books, be assertive, and ask people who have been successful. I tend to observe people who have been successful and get inspired, not jealous, but inspired by how they do it. Adjust and then learn from it. Also, when I was reading one book, something that struck me: make sure your business consistently runs even when you're out on vacation for 2 weeks. If your business is running without you there, that means your business is doing well. If you leave and the business breaks down and you must be there to be earning money, that means you need to adjust. That advice hit me hard, and after that, I really jumped in to adjust the business organization to ensure all was okay. Now I'm here and things are still running, so it's nice.
You mentioned that 90% of your customers are deaf. Seriously,
Yes,
90% of your customers are deaf?
90% of my customers are deaf. Many people assume that hearing customers are the best, but that is not true. Deaf customers, deaf community, they have financial power. The key is knowing how to use it the right way. You feel or look and see what their pain points are. Like, how many deaf are frustrated and do not understand what the hearing people are saying? We looked and found that niche and picked up on it and went straight from there. By doing that, we started to grow and expand the company.
I'm curious, right before forming Sisters in Style, what were your thoughts?
Was this the right decision? I was relying on hearing people for various things, such as programs to follow. I was going to be on my own. Was I making the right decision? I got a pulse from my existing customers and they said, yes, do it, yes. I decided to hire a coach to help me, and she gave me tips and advice. She really pushed me hard and kept saying I could do it. My husband and family were supportive too. I went ahead. Sometimes you have to take the risk. Follow your gut. Even though it's hard, you just have to go ahead. Now it's been 2 years, and if it wasn't for them, I might still be in my small circle.
You had tools like a hired coach that help you build confidence.
They had already seen others who had failed and succeeded. For those who failed, they knew why, so why repeat like them and fail? I hired them to help explain to me the various things to help me develop. I want to let you know that deaf or hearing businesses both experience failures, such as no one buying from them. They struggle too. I've seen that it really doesn't matter if you are deaf or hearing. The point is that you must know how to sell the right way, connect personally, and have relationships too. There is a list of factors involved as well.
I'm curious about your growth, transformation, your influence of using social media to grow your business. Do you rely on social media?
Yes, definitely. I rely on social media as well as my app too. I use social media to alert and inform people about the app to get them to download. Also, we have a Facebook group where a group of women collaborate. It's like a sisterhood. I can even see them making friends with each other and enjoying the group. When I post something, like when new clothes arrive, people tag certain people within the group and say, I know you will like this. It's so nice to see that community grow. Nowadays, we have had less and less personal contact, right? So we have a group that has a sense of sisterhood that is growing friendships and allows people to feel normal again. Social media has really grown and increased via Facebook and Instagram as well.
During the process of founding Sisters in Style, did you encounter any challenges? I'm curious what those challenges have
Yes,
been.
I do experience challenges. Sometimes I have challenges like where I experienced having no sales in a day. I've had some of those no sales days. Do I give up? No, you stay persistent and keep going. There are ups and downs as you go up, so you have to look at the big picture to see that you've done a lot and that one day is not going to make you close. You have to keep looking at the big picture.
Now, what do you envision for Sisters in Style? What do you want to see for your business?
My future plans, like I've told many people, my future plans are to create more deaf opportunities and jobs as well. I currently have 8, but want to expand and have more people. That's the goal. We do shipping and inventory. As we grow, I want to make sure we can meet the supply and demand. Secondly, I want to start making our own clothing line. Those are our goals.
I'm curious, why do you think your business has been successful?
Really, I'm biased because I'm deaf. The deaf community has been wonderful and supportive. If you took away the deaf community, I would have had more struggles and it would be hard. The deaf community always pushes for deaf business owners and taking risks, seeing what is right and what is wrong. If you're wrong, it can be a failure, but you can correct it to be right and learn from it. Learn from mistakes, keep going, and be persistent. That is how businesses succeed. And I cannot forget my employees. They're really important. Without them, I wouldn't go far as well. Another reason my business is successful is because of personal relationships.
Thank you, Nikki. I've really enjoyed talking about her business journey and how she founded Sisters in Style. What is her frame? Don't be afraid to take risks. How do you expand your business and influence? Make personal connections with people. Wow, that was inspiring. Thanks for watching.